And a very good evening, everybody. I'm John Cole. One of my favorite weeks of the year, the Associated Press, Sportscasters, and Sports Writers Year-End Awards. We kick it off with our Heisman Special Achievement. You have to get 75% of the vote to win it. A few years ago, Coyote legend Clint Chamberlain won it, so it's tough to win. Here we go. Two winners from Bismarck this year. Retired wrestling coach at Bismarck High, Jeff Schumacher. He's been named the National Coach of the Year. Guided the Demons to get this, 20 team titles, 20 dual titles. He's a member of the North Dakota Coaches Hall of Fame and has worked at Bismarck State, Minot State, and UND. And he's headed back to Bismarck State to restart their wrestling program. He has been an outstanding coach, no question about that. And also from Bismarck, Bob Gillen. I love this choice. Proud to vote for him. Bob has been providing stats and information on high school hockey in our state for a quarter of a century, and I use this site all the time covering high school hockey. So do many coaches and media members. It's great. The fans as well. So Bob, we thank you so much for doing an outstanding job helping us in the North Dakota media to cover the great sports stories of North Dakota high school hockey. And by the way, Bob does not get paid for this role, so we certainly congratulate him for that and many more. Now, on this week's Pros Pointer, Johnny Candle talks about dealing with what else? Wind when you're fishing, and it happens a lot.
There's no doubt about it. Living in the Dakotas, we deal with a lot of wind. And while today might be an overabundance of wind, it can provide some situations that help us when we're fishing. One of those situations you can see right over my shoulder is referred to as a mud line. Now, not all mud lines are created equally. A mud line that's been there for a day or two has dirty water from the surface to the bottom, and it's just not that good for fishing. But a recently developed mud line creates a veil of mud in the surface of the water, leaving clear water underneath where the fish can feed in less light, and it gives us a better chance of catching them. That's exactly why we fish the windy shorelines. And hey, since we're talking about wind, Kevin and Henry, do you think you can turn this fan down a little bit? I'm Johnny Candle, and that's this week's Pros Pointer.
It won't do any good, Johnny. I've been asking him for 40 years. All right, Williston Keybirds left today for Omaha. They're going to begin play on Thursday, 11:30 a.m. make it, against the club they know pretty well, the Bismarck Governors. They drive all the way to Nebraska to take on the Governors. Then at 2 p.m. they will take on the Sabathia Raptors. So good for them. That's always a great trip. After beating Oakland 4 times this past weekend, Twins back to work tonight against another struggling team. That would be the Tampa Bay Rays. Over the years, the low-budget Rays have been able to hang in there with the Red Sox and the Yankees and the Jays, but not this year. They're 15 games out. Hopefully the Twins can keep it rolling with Pablo Lopez on the hill. Let's take a timeout.